Now that the Diddy trial has officially kicked off, things are starting to spiral, and not in his favor. Explosive new revelations are surfacing, and reports suggest that Diddy might be involved in witness.
He is now being accused of obstructing justice, witness tampering, and so forth.
But that's not all. There's word he may have lied under oath, and the judge reportedly isn't taking any of it lightly. In fact, sources say he's growing more furious by the minute. If this keeps up, Diddy could be staring down a life sentence sooner than anyone expected. In this video, I'll break down the courtroom chaos and exactly what Diddy did to push the judge to the courtroom bombshell edge. The courtroom bombshell, Thursday, May 8, 2024. What started as just another day in the ongoing case against the music mogul transformed into a major development in this high-profile case. Judge Arun Subramanian presided over what would become a defining moment in these proceedings. For those who've been following this legal drama since jury selection kicked off on May 5, 2025, the anticipation had been building like crazy. The opening statements were scheduled to begin on Monday, May 12, marking the official start of a trial that prosecutors estimated would run anywhere from 8 to 10 weeks. The courtroom, already packed and buzzing with media attention, became even more tense when evidence emerged suggesting that Sean Diddy Combs had potentially committed perjury, lying under oath during previous testimony. This revelation came during a critical pretrial hearing meant to finalize the pool of 45 potential jurors before selecting the final 12 jurors and 6 alternates needed for the trial. During this hearing, prosecutors presented new evidence that directly contradicted sworn statements Combs had previously made to the court. The specific details of the alleged perjury connect to contacts Combs reportedly made with witnesses, a subject that has been central to the prosecution's case and previous bail hearings. According to court documents, Combs had repeatedly denied making any attempts to influence potential witnesses or contact individuals connected to the case. However, prosecutors came through with evidence suggesting that Combs had, in fact, engaged in witness tampering while detained at the Metropolitan Detention Center, MDC, in Brooklyn. This included allegations that he used the phone accounts of at least 8 other inmates and engaged in 3-way calls to contact individuals not on his approval.
Now, the issue with that is Diddy is currently locked up at MDC Brooklyn. He's been housed there since September.
So he could have got paid off, he could have got promised something, anything.
The judge's response was swift and decisive. Not only was the juror immediately dismissed, but Judge Subramanian took the extraordinary step of chastising both the prosecution and defense teams for their inadequate vetting of prospective jurors. The courtroom fell silent as the judge emphasized the severity of the charges and the absolute necessity for meticulous procedure. As the hearing progressed, attention shifted to what prosecutors described as a pattern of deception by Combs that extended far beyond the juror mishap. They presented evidence suggesting that Combs had deliberately misled the court about his communications with key witnesses in the case, including alleged contacts with individuals who had received grand jury subpoenas. According to documents presented to the court, Combs had allegedly called or texted Kina Harper, a former associate, 58 times in just 4 days starting September 10, 2024, after a lawsuit was filed by Don Richard alleging assault and other misconduct. The total number of phone contacts between Combs and Harper reportedly reached 128 before suddenly ceasing on September 14, 2024. Emily Johnson, a prosecutor in the case, told the court that these contacts included asking for support, friendship, and convincing the victim they willingly engaged in sex acts, with what she described as a thinly veiled reference to continuing financial support. She further alleged that Combs had used intermediaries and spread false narratives, essentially gaslighting witnesses to influence their testimony. The implications were clear. If substantiated, these actions constituted a serious obstruction of justice and a direct affront to the judicial process. The allegations of witness tampering had been a crucial factor in previous bail hearings. During a hearing on November 27, 2024, Judge Subramanian had denied bail, citing compelling evidence of Combs's propensity for violence and a serious risk of witness tampering. The judge had specifically noted violations of Bureau of Prisons regulations to obscure communications. It's worth noting that this confrontation came after multiple bail denials and increasing legal